Hey everyone, this is Rav from the Six File, and I wanted to take some time out to go through all of the rumors that are coming out about Apple's new iPhone. And no, I don't mean the iPhone 7, which is probably going to come out in September 2016. No, I'm referring to the budget iPhone that's set to land probably in March. So let's start with the name. There seems to be two names out there that people have settled on. On one hand, you have people calling it the iPhone 5 SE, the SE standing for Special Edition. And on the other hand, you have people calling it the iPhone 6C. And the 6C seems to make more sense to me because if you're following the same name convention that Apple follows, much like the iPhone 5C that came out a few years back, this being another budget-friendly phone, it seems to reason that this is likely going to be called the iPhone 6C. And also, I don't see Apple going back in time and reaching back to the 5, especially with the iPhone 7 coming out. And also, there's the fact that the iPhone 5S is going to be discontinued probably in the next month or two as well. For its form factor, it's likely going to follow the same suit as the iPhone 6S, so it's not going to have chamfered edges much like the iPhone 5, so it's more like a 4-inch mini version of the current iPhone 6S class. Since it's following the look and feel of the iPhone 6, it's going to be a metal chassis and not polycarbonate plastic like the last budget-minded iPhone. So in all likelihood, it's going to come in silver, space gray, rose gold, and gold. So everything else we know right now, aside from the outside of the phone, is pretty much up for anybody's guess. If you're a betting person, all signs point to this phone actually having all of the internals of the iPhone 6, which was released back in 2014, and being in a 4-inch form factor. So that hardware being 1 GB of RAM, the same A8 processor, and the same M8 motion chip. And in terms of the camera, it's likely going to be the same 8 megapixel, 2.2 aperture, 1080p capable camera. So you're definitely not going to get 4K video or even that live photo function that you see on the iPhone 6S right now. And since it's a smaller phone, I don't think we're going to get the same battery that we are in the current iPhone 6 or 6S. Given it's a smaller battery, just to cram it into that smaller chassis, I don't think we're going to see things like the 3D touch functionality, and even NFC seems to be something that might be up for debate. That's just in my opinion. And while there's a ton of speculation and all signs pointing to the next iPhone not having the 3.5mm headphone jack, I think that this is the last iPhone that actually will have it, and it's going to be dropped with the iPhone 7. In terms of price point, I really don't know. My guess would be $500 USD, which is still quite steep, but maybe enough for Apple to carve out something in that smaller budgeted market, especially now that they're getting rid of the 5S. And in terms of drop date, everything is pointing to March for when this phone will be announced, and that's going to be when Apple holds their iPad event and they refresh the iPad Air and the iPad Mini. But given Apple's current performance on Wall Street, they really do need a solid win right now, and I think that dropping this in the month of February, right after they announce their earnings on January 26th, might be a good time to release this. So I don't think they're going to reserve it for March. They're probably just going to keep that for the iPad. And that's pretty much everything we know about the new budget iPhone. If there is anything else that's announced between now and when the phone actually comes out, do follow me on Twitter at the Six File, and I'll be sure to tweet that out. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, give it a thumbs down. Do me a big favor and subscribe to this channel, and I will catch you later.